and yours. We're Florida's farmers, and we're in this together.
Randall Wiseman, Southeast AgNet.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
We'll have sun and some clouds today with a high of 89 to 91, then partly cloudy tonight, low 73 to 75. Wednesday and Thursday both will have periods of clouds and sunshine with a thunderstorm and spots in the afternoons. High Wednesday 88 to 90, high on Thursday 88 to 92. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
2 Men in a Truck.
This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Good Tuesday morning. Welcome to Ocala Talks on a Tuesday. The sun is coming up in the sky. Going to be a warm day today with chances of thunderstorms. We'd like to thank Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center. They're located at 2700 Southwest 34th Street. They offer skilled nursing, physical, occupational, and speech therapy. If you have any questions how they're handling COVID-19, give them a call at 352-854-6262. We'd also like to thank Penn Flooring, family-owned and operated, serving Marion County for 30-plus years. Penn Flooring is a full-service flooring company dedicated to finding the best solutions for your flooring needs. They have experience in both commercial and residential flooring. Go see their spacious showroom at 1201 Southwest 17th Street here in Ocala, or give them a call at 352-351-3420. And, of course, Just Ship. They flipped the script on shipping. Before, you had to buy packaging, buy boxes, buy tape, take your time out to do all that purchasing, plus then you had to package up the item, tape it up, wrap it up. Then you had to go take your time again to stand in line at the UPS store, the postage office. Well, you don't have to do that anymore. You just go out to justship.net, make an appointment. They come over for a small pickup fee plus the postage. They wrap your package. They tape it up. They go stand in line at the post office or UPS store. They save you money and time, and by saving time, they save you even more money. JustShip.net. Flip the script on shipping. The reason we thank all three of those sponsors is because they bring us Galen Unall from Life South every morning at this time. Galen, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, Tom. How are you today, my man?
I survived. And I'm going to tell you what I survived.
That's all you need to do.
I'm going to tell you what I survived, and then you're going to say, well, that's because you're an idiot. If you hadn't have done this, there would have been no reason to survive. So I'm going to give you kudos and tell you, once again, you're right about something.
Okay.
A whistleblower came on 60 Minutes on Sunday night and just blew the lid off what Facebook does towards girls, trying to entice them with advertisements and everything, how they change the algorithm so that people will see stuff on their feed that makes them angry, because anger is the easiest emotion to elicit. And when you elicit emotion, people stay and click on more and click on more and click on more. And that's how Facebook makes their money, through digital advertising. And then yesterday, about 11 a.m., Facebook goes off the grid. Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp go off the grid, off and on, for about 11 to 12 hours. The world was in chaos. People were just, I know people were pulling their hair out. Where's my Facebook? Where's my Facebook? Where's my Facebook? everybody finally survived the crash of Facebook of 2021. But then there's a guy like Galen Udall that could care less because he's not on social media, and he tells us every day why it's stupid to be on social media. So, Galen, it looks like, again, you're right.
Well, let me ask you this, and I saw this article this morning, and I'm like, okay, all right, so what? Is it going to change anybody's behavior?
You know, it actually probably did change some people's behavior. It probably made them do things they hadn't done in a very long time. You know, like read a book or get work done at their computer without checking out Facebook. It was probably more productive work day yesterday. So yeah, it did probably change a lot of people's lives.
So in this article, and I think the part that went unnoticed by people, and I'm a little shocked by, is do you know how many users?
2.2
of their users are in the U.S.?
Oh, I don't know the representative of the U.S. I know there's 2.2 billion users, which make up 60% of all the world's population that has access to the internet. So over 60% of people that have access to the internet use Facebook.
Oh, correct. What percentage of those users are in the U.S.?
I would say that there's 370 million people in the U.S. I think 300 million probably use it. I think probably a quarter.
It's less than 20%.
Oh, really?
And here's what's interesting. When you look at who actually creates content on Facebook that they consider having, and in all this document dump, nobody looked at this. And I only figured this out from some YouTube guy that I watch. So out of all the users of Facebook, it's something like less than 5% post something more than once a week. So what we're being driven by, and all this anger is being driven by less than 1% of everybody on Facebook. So, you know, you look at it, and in there they even admitted that it played a huge role in the January 6th riots, right? It played a huge role in creating all of this stuff about the Black Lives Matter marches, and that they just kept putting the algorithm in so that it would stoke more people. They're constantly making sure that the things that go viral, again, as you said, make you angry. So why would you want to be a part of something that is intentionally making you angry?
Yeah, and that's exactly what Facebook's algorithm does. It intentionally elicits anger because it's the easiest emotion to get a response from. And so that's what they do it. That I'm an addict. That's why.
So you're again you and this isn't just you, but it's everybody.
No, I understand.
There's not a person.
I understand, but literally, it doesn't make me angry. But I understand what you're saying. It is there because the masses, it elicits anger and it gets them to click more. And this is all about clicks. This has nothing to do with Facebook giving three cares past Christmas, whether you vote Republican, whether you vote Democrat, whether you're black, whether you're white. All this has to do with how can we make you click more. That's what this is all about, because clicks equal money for Facebook.
Do you know where the largest influencers on Facebook are at?
The Middle East.
They're in China. They're in the Middle East, right? They're actually and they think there's so much terror-related cells to these. But again, you talk about worried about terror, but yet you're okay with Facebook. The number one users are all terrorists or communists. So, well, again, these are just the questions I have. You have the right to use Facebook if you want to. Just understand, to me, it's the equivalent of smoking.
Well,
How about that?
Okay.
It's hurting you. You know it's detrimental to you.
But you enjoy
you do it anyway.
You enjoy the immediate response of it, so you do it anyway.
That's correct.
The long-term effects are it's not good for you, but the short-term effect is it gives you gratification right at that moment.
Absolutely. And by the way, Twitter is next.
Oh,
you know that, right? Twitter is next.
And by the way, when Twitter first started, as a person in the media, as a person that could tweet what was going on live at golf tournaments and everything, I saw so much potential for Twitter that has fallen so well short of its potential.
Sure.
It fell so. I did see one meme, though, that I really liked from this fallout yesterday, and it said, the Facebook outage represents the longest period of time Americans have gone without arguing with complete strangers since 2007.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that sums up exactly what you're talking about, that people will argue with people they have no idea who they are and will vehemently argue with them like it's a family member at Thanksgiving ruining the Thanksgiving dinner. That's the one thing I don't do. I respond to no one on Facebook. I have a microphone for 3 hours a day, so I just leave. I never respond to anything on Facebook. I do. Well, I'll take that back. I respond when my wife puts funny things out there. I'll laugh at those or something. But anybody that tells me people send me stuff on Facebook all the time. You're a complete, and I can't even say some of the words that they send me on Facebook and Messenger and everything. And I just tell them, thanks for listening, and move on. But you're right. Most people do it. And Facebook knows, it's like the cigarette companies. You drew a great analogy. The cigarette companies figured out through internal memos what it would do to open your lungs up to make you want more and more cigarettes, more and more addiction hooked to them, so you had to pay money to them. Facebook comes up with new algorithms all the time that draws you deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole, and they know this. And the difference is the tobacco companies are now regulated. Facebook's just out there on its own. Do whatever you want to do, pal. Do whatever you want to do.
Well,
and here's the problem. Government doesn't need to regulate because we need smaller government. So what do you do with these conglomerates like Facebook that you really don't want government intrusion through regulation, but you need to do something?
Why? Why? And that's the other thing. And again, by the way, it took over 100 years to control the tobacco company.
Right. It did. Yeah.
Why do we need to regulate it? Why do we need to regulate Facebook? Are they doing anything that you're not completely aware of?
No. They certainly are not.
Well, you're a grown man.
Yeah.
So make your own decision.
So then
Just
Facebook should be for 21 and up then.
Why?
Because a 15-year-old
There's no
can't.
illicit images on there.
A 15-year-old can't make a very good decision. That's why.
Again, no. I don't know any 15-year-olds who are on.
Cigarettes are 21 and up. They can hurt you. Facebook should be 21 and up. It can hurt you.
We could debate whether that's effective.
Yeah.
Again, and by the way, it being 21 and up doesn't stop anybody from.
By the way, I just got a text message. From a listener saying I'm trying to call in and the phone's just ringing and ringing. Right now, we are Skype is experiencing some difficulties, so we're not able to take calls to the 622 number.
Skype?
We're working on it. Dan Martone is aware of it and working on it. So if you're calling in, you just text me and said it's just ringing and ringing. That's because it's not ringing here. But it will be before the day is over, I've been assured. So just so people know that. Hey, we need to take a break real quick, Galen. We'll be right back after this timeout. 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Are you or your loved one being released from a hospital and wondering how you'll manage? Inform your physician that you want to go to Palm Garden of Ocala at 2700 Southwest 34th Street for your rehabilitation. Palm Garden provides pain management, post-discharge follow-up, diabetic care, psychosocial support, and so much more. Plus, they even offer outpatient rehab. This award-winning care facility has a team of licensed professionals dedicated to enhancing your independence. Call 352-854-6262 today.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talk. Got Galen Nenoff for one more segment. Brought to you by the good folks at Penn Flooring, Just Shipped, and Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center. Galen, I am seeing that now we talked about Facebook and how you were right. It's something that, is not Facebook is not doing anything illegal, but they're doing things to entice you to better their business model. And then the whistleblower comes out and says that Facebook is purposely doing things with the algorithms so young girls feel like that they need to go to these influencers on Instagram and find out more makeup secrets and this and that, and they're preying on little girls and making little girls with eating disorders. They make them go down the rabbit hole of eating disorders, which harms them even more. Facebook says it's not doing any of that, but it immediately stopped the rollout of its Instagram for children, because right now Instagram's 13 and up. It immediately stopped its rollout of Instagram for children. Is there some truth to, do you think, to these influencers causing more harm than good for people on these platforms?
Yeah. Now, Instagram is a very much a young person's thing, right?
Yes.
It's mostly just photos and things like that. I don't really understand Instagram. I have an Instagram account, but I don't understand it. And I follow 3 people on it, so I'm probably not the best case for it. But I can imagine how it is. But girls at 13 are pretty influent. They're pretty easily swayed anyway, right? So I'm so glad I have boys. Yeah, I mean I can imagine that. But is it any? And this is I truly don't know. Is it any different than a magazine that they can see, or a Cosmopolitan, or a teen, whatever it was when we were growing up, the Teen Tiger magazines? I don't know if it's any different.
Teen Tiger magazines. I hadn't thought about.
I don't know what are the name of those teen.
No, that was it. Tiger magazine. I hadn't thought about those magazines since I was a teenager.
So is there any difference? I don't know. And again, at some point, as a parent, parents have to be more involved in what their child's social media is. I get a report every week, and my son is 17, and I've been getting it since he was like 11. I get a report every week of how much time my son spends on his phone, right? And and then if he's not, and he doesn't have a Facebook account, at least that I know of, or he is on Instagram, but he he hasn't opened it in like 2 years. So, I don't know. I mean, I know they do Snapchat, but that's it.
It's just, and for all the ones we know, how many do? And this is a problem for parents. Luckily, I don't have children, so I don't have to deal with these kind of situations. But what there's all kind of apps that, if you know about WhatsApp and Instagram and Facebook, you got to do due diligence, because there's new apps rolling out all the time that kids are using to stay ahead of their parents.
Well, if you look at TikTok, right? TikTok is very open that it's a Chinese app. They developed it in order to gain information about the users, and people still downloaded it. And you ask them, you're like, well, do you care that the Chinese have all this information? No, I just think the videos are fun. And these are grown people who say that. Like my brother who's 48 years old. I'm like, why are you on TikTok? He goes, dude, these videos, some of them are just hilarious.
Yeah, I can't do
I'm like,
it.
okay.
Once I
I'm
found
like,
out,
all right.
I was going to download
Okay.
it. I was going to download it. Everybody was talking TikTok. Oh, it's big. I said, well, can I use it at work? Oh, sure, with videos and everything. So I did a little research before I did it and found out that it was a Chinese company and they had attachments to the Chinese government and everything. I go, yeah, but that's a hard pass for me. But I did the research to find out what it was first.
I mean, you didn't even have to do research. I mean, the President of the United States talked about it. It's part of their disclaimer. You know, I mean, but again, it's people. I have no problem if people knowingly go in down a dark alley that's filled with people who are going to try to kill you or rape you or mug you, and you go down there. You're like, oh, this sounds fun. I'm going to take a right turn here, even though there's warning signs everywhere. Then okay, that's up to you.
So you're the guy in the horror movie when the people have a choice of, do we go down in the basement or do we get in the car that's running? Who wants to get in the car running? That's stupid. Let's go in the basement. You figure those people in the basement. You figure the people go in the basement, they get what they deserve.
Well, to a certain extent, it's always buyer beware, right? And again, I mean, we can go in circles, but if everybody is telling you that Facebook, Twitter, all these things are bad for you, right? But you keep doing it and you know it's bad for you, well, that's on you. The government has no,
My mom.
You're a free-willed person. Go do what you want to do.
My mom died of congestive heart failure brought on by COPD from complications from cigarette smoking. 3 packs a day, by the way. Benson and Hedges menthols, all her life. And my sister, towards the end of her life, my sister goes, Mom, we got lawyers. We need to get lawyers. We need to sue. We need to get you money. Well, the cigarette companies did this on purpose. And my mom, I remember this conversation. She looked at my sister and goes, Lorna, I knew what cigarettes did. Anybody that has half a brain knows that breathing in smoke could eventually kill you. I knew what I was doing. There's nobody owes me any money. I did this to myself. Let's move on. And that's the discussion my mom had. That was the entire discussion about suing the cigarette companies. So my mom goes, I bought the cigarettes. I knew that breathing in smoke was not good for your lungs, and I did it anyway. I'm to blame maybe more than the cigarette companies are.
Well, and again, you look at Twitter. I mean, they banned the President of the United States.
Yes. But you can still go on. You can still go. The Ayatollah still has a Twitter account.
Right. So what and all he spews out there is hatred for Jews, right? But you're still on Twitter. That was the breaking point for me for Twitter, right? And I'm like, okay, well, if Twitter doesn't allow the president, then all I'm doing is feeding this. So I'm out.
I'm on Twitter.
My Twitter account that day.
I'm on Twitter, but I can tell you the last time I accessed it, I'm accessing it right now to see when the last time I accessed it was. January 17th of this year.
Okay.
So
well, there you go.
even though I'm on Twitter, it's kind of like you have an Instagram account, but when was the last time you activated it? You accessed it?
Now, I look at Instagram because I follow Jeremy Clarkson from Top Gear, and he's funny. He's one of the 3 people. The other 2 people are my son, who hasn't posted in like 5 years, and then the third person, I don't know who the third person is. So the only thing on my Instagram is basically cars.
You know what I post on Instagram? And here's the only thing I post on Instagram. When I make a good meal with like a steak and some sides and everything,
there you go.
I take a picture of my meal and put it on Instagram.
And you know what? I put in like pictures of Costa Rica, or I think I put one on there last night of me sitting on the porch. And I don't really care if people see it. That's just comforting for me. I'm like, I'll know it's there.
But in an ironic moment, and I noticed this a lot yesterday on Facebook and this morning on Facebook, that people are hammering Facebook for its crash on Facebook.
Right. Again, I don't know. Again, this is completely up to you, right? It's okay. The Facebook has admitted that it's bad for you. The federal government has told you that it's bad for you. Everywhere you look, they tell you how bad Facebook is. You're still on it. Okay? From henceforth, it's all on you. Because you know what? You can delete it. And people are like, oh, we need to censor them. No, we don't. Censorship and prohibition is never the answer. It's never the answer. Leave them alone. Let them go do their own thing. Are they going to separate Democrats and Republicans and pit them against each other? Yes. Are they going to divide America? Yes. Are they seeding hatred?
Yes.
All of that's now been admitted, right? It's all been admitted. So anything that you do on these social platforms from henceforth is completely on you, and just understand that you're funding it by being on it.
100%. 100%. Galen, where's the Bloodmobile today?
Bloodmobile today, we're actually at the Walmart right there on Easy Street, so come by and see us there. But as always, we're right on the boulevard, 1607 East Silver Springs Boulevard. Get out there, give the gift of life, donate blood, or check us out at lifesouth.org.
Don't get too close to the drill this morning, pal. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Talk to you tomorrow.
I love the dentist.
Talk to you tomorrow.
All right. Bye, all.
We'll be right back after this timeout on WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.